Hey guys, welcome back to Heart Academy number 10. And in this session, we're going to start dividing fractions. Ooh, oh no, we're dividing fractions. Mrs. Howard, I hate dividing. Remember, that's what I heard all week until I showed you. Actually, kind of reminded you, because I know you've seen this before. Reminded you how easy it is to divide fractions. Why? Because we don't really divide the fractions. Because dividing and fractions are basically the same thing. So what we do is make this a little bit easier for ourselves, and we turn our division problems into multiplication by this magical word we use called the reciprocal. The reciprocal is a fancy word saying flip it. I like to say it, smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no. Wonder how many people other than Stephen get that reference. All right, so here we go. In order to divide, really multiply our fractions, we keep the first one the same. Change it to a multiplication problem. And then we do the reciprocal of the second fraction. This is 2/7. The reciprocal would be 7/2. I just flipped it. Get it? Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no. Now you know me. The method I use in the classroom is I like to reduce first before multiplying straight across. Now I can tell them looking that none of these are going to reduce diagonally, but for the purposes of remaining consistent in the classroom, I'm going to go ahead and follow my steps of reducing diagonally. I will reduce this way, and I'll reduce this way. 1 and 2 are not going to reduce. Okay, so I know that those numbers are going to stay the same. Same thing with 3 and 7. So this happens to be a problem in which you can't reduce anything diagonally, which means you can't reduce anything at the end of the problem either when you get to your final answer. So let's go ahead and multiply straight across. 1 times 7 is 7. 3 times 2 is 6. Hey, what's going on here? You know what's going on. It's an improper fraction, so we must change it into a mixed number. All final answers must be proper fractions, whole numbers, or mixed numbers. How do we do this? We know how to do it. If you're not sure, please go back and review the Heart Academies on reducing fractions and long division. Okay? Go through some of those steps on how to change these into mixed numbers. All right. So basically what I'm asking you here is to do this. 6 will go into 7. How many times? 6 will go into 7. Use your multiplication chart if you're not sure, but I think you know. Is 1 time. 1 times 6 is 6. Subtract, I have a 1. With all this right here, you now have the 3 main pieces that you need in order to make your mixed number. 1 is your whole number. The remainder is your numerator. The 6 is your denominator. 1 and 1/6 should be the answer for this. Okay, since it is 9:59, I've been recording, I think, for almost 10 hours straight. I'm going to check. 1 and 1/6. Fabulous. I am on the right track. Can't believe I'm still awake. All right, now I'm going to go on to number 2. Again, when we are dividing fractions, we're really going to multiply because we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Again, first one stays the same. Change it to multiplication. Flip it, which means the reciprocal. Smack it up, flip it, rub it down. Oh no. Alrighty, so now, if any parents are watching this, I'm probably sure you are probably smiling and laughing at me or ready to call the school and fire me. But it's all good. I hear you. Do your thing. So now, reduce diagonally. There we go. So if I look on my chart, my 7 and my 1, trying to do the reducing using the multiplication chart method. And if you're not sure of that anymore, you want to go back and look at the other Heart Academy videos, and I explain how you can reduce fractions easily by using the multiplication chart. I'm not going to do this one in the interest of time. 7 and 1, I know it's not going to reduce anymore if I use the chart. Okay? Or no, it's not going to reduce more at all. And 4 times 9, or the 4 and the 9 are not going to reduce either. Okay? So I'm going to just multiply straight across. The 7 times 4, use the chart if you need to. So your 7 times your 4, that should give you a 28. And then the 9 times 1 is 9. So again, it is improper. So we have to make it into a mixed number by dividing. 9 will go into 28. How many times? Not sure. Use your multiplication chart. 9 and 28. 36 is right here, okay? 27 is right here, okay? I'm looking for 28, so 27 is going to be close enough, so I'm going to use that 3. 9, we're going to 28 3 times, okay? 9 will go into 28 3 times, because 3 times 9 is 27. Subtract, you get 1 left over, right? Again, you have your 3 parts in order to make your mixed number. That 3 is your whole number, that 1 is your numerator, that 9 is your denominator. Correct answer should be 3 1/9. If I'm still awake and functioning, I did this correct. 3 1/9. Oh, look at that. Somebody please bring me some fruit or something on Monday, because dang, I'm whipping these out for you. All right, moving on to the next one. Now remember, all the practice questions that I have up on the Mind Lab, if you complete the practice worksheets all the way, not just putting in the answers, I want to see your work because I provided the answer key for you. But if you complete them all the way with showing your work, I will give you extra hearts for science tricks, or you can have extra hearts for homework passes, or you can have extra hearts and redeem them for points, extra credit points to enhance your grade if that's what you need. All right, because if you do these problems, I know that you are trying your best to understand what's going on in class. And remember, I'm your teacher and I have a math learning disability. So if I can do it, I know that you can do it. Okay, you guys know I have a math learning disability. I'm not afraid to tell you that. Can't memorize facts worth anything, and I make mistakes left and right. Okay, but that doesn't mean my disability doesn't mean I can't do something. I love teaching math and I love teaching you. Okay, so let's rock and roll. Let's do this last one together. I think we're on the last one. All right, can't remember what I just did. Nope, I think we're on 3. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3. I got plenty of time on this video left over, so if I just did it, excuse me, because I really don't remember. So now, again, keep the first one the same, multiply, and do the reciprocal. There we go. Then, to be consistent, I would reduce diagonally. Okay, and looking at these, you can try to find them in a chart, but I'll tell you right now, in order to save time, they're not going to happen. Neither one is going to happen. They are already reduced as low as possible. So just multiply straight across. 1 times 5, 5. 2 times 3, 6. Now, this happens to be a proper fraction. I do not have to do the division thing if it's already proper. How do I know it's proper? The numerator is smaller than the denominator. So this is a proper fraction. Let me check my work just to be sure. See that? 5, 6. So we are good to go. Okay? Let's go on to the last sample for our dividing fractions. The next section will go into dividing mixed numbers, and that will be my last video of the day. Thank Jesus. Okay, so here we go. Keep the first one the same. Change it to multiplication. The reciprocal, which means flip it. Reduce diagonally. Okay, look at the 13 and a 1. Anytime you have a 1, it's already reduced as much as it can go. But you know that 2 and that 14 will reduce 1 because I know they're both even numbers. So I know something will reduce these. Let's say I'm not sure what it is that will reduce them. So what I would do is then go into my, not my answer key, and I'll keep popping that one up. Go into our multiplication chart. There we go. Make it so I can write on it. Okay, and I'm looking for a 4 and a 14. Remember, don't use the first row. Here's a 4, and there's a 14. 2, 7. So that will reduce down to 2, 7. Let's use that. Okay, so I'm going to change this. Did I say 4 and a 14? I saw the mistake I just made. I should be looking for a 2 and a 14. Let me go back and do that. I'm not doing this video again. It is the last problem after 10 hours of recording. See that mistake? So let's go back and fix that. I'm not doing a video again. I also have the option to edit a video, but ain't nobody got time for that either. So 2, 14. Look for the row that has the 2 and a 14, not the 4 and a 14. All right, skip the first row. Still 2, 14. So it's no longer 2 over 7. Ha 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 ha. It's 1 over 7. And I'm hoping that you had caught that actually before I did that, or realized when there should be a number down, because I want a number up. So 1 over 7 is the what we're going to use. 1, 7. Now we can multiply straight across. 13 times 1, 13. 7 times 1, 7. You see why I like to reduce diagonally, because it really does, I think, make multiplication when you finally need to multiply straight across a lot easier to do. So now I can see very easily that this is an improper fraction. So I need to divide to get my parts for a mixed number. 7 will go into 13. You can use a multiplication chart if you need to, but you realize it's going to be 1. Multiply and subtract. 13 minus 7, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You have 6 left over. So now I have all the parts I need for my mixed number. I have 1. Oops, that should be a 6. And then 7. So 1 and 6 over 7. 1, 6 over 7. Hallelujah. I have finished recording for the day. So I think I kind of did like 10 videos in a day. Like 15 if you count how many times I had to start over. But I'm so glad that I was able to do this. And remember, every homework sheet that I give will accompany with a video. So it will accompany a video that evening. I'm trying to post homework help videos through Heart Academy by 5 o'clock every day. So whatever we do on Monday, you'll see a Heart Academy video that goes with it. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in class.